Welcome to This Explainer. Picture this. You wake up, grab your phone, and bam, you're instantly hit with a massive tidal wave of panic-inducing headlines. One article is screaming about how artificial intelligence is about to wipe out millions of jobs. You scroll down and boom, some influencer is promising you'll become an AI millionaire in 30 days if you just buy their course. Next thing you see, an expert warning you that if you don't master 10 brand new AI tools by Friday, you're toast. You finally just lock your phone feeling completely overwhelmed. It feels like the whole future is rushing by, and you're just standing there stuck in the mud. Well, what if I told you that every single one of those messages is pushing the exact same dangerous lie?
If you're feeling this deep, nagging anxiety right now, like you're being left behind in the dust, hey, that is completely valid. We are constantly being fed this narrative that if we don't master every single new interface or prompt format, we're going to be totally obsolete. But here is the real truth, and it's something they really don't want you focusing on. Not because AI isn't a massive, game-changing shift, but because obsessing over the tools themselves, that's pointing you in the completely wrong direction.
Okay, let's dive into this. The absolute biggest lie about AI isn't some crazy sci-fi fear about robots taking over the world. No, the biggest lie is that AI itself is the advantage. It's not. It never was, and honestly, it never will be. If you've been wondering why simply having access to AI isn't magically giving you an edge, well, that's exactly what we're breaking down today. We need to completely shift our focus away from the shiny new tech and start looking at the actual bigger picture.
Look, history is just repeating itself here. Think back to when electricity first changed the world. People didn't get fabulously wealthy just because they finally had electricity running into their living rooms, right? They won because they used that electricity to build massive factories and systems that produce things way better and faster than the competition. Today, millions of people are learning how to type prompts into a chat box, but very, very few are learning how to use it as true leverage to build something greater.
So let's get into number one. AI is a commodity. Right now, people are literally wasting hours endlessly debating which tool is the best. They're obsessing over ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, DeepSeek, constantly refreshing their feeds for the next big model update or benchmark test. But by doing that, they are completely missing the point of where this is all actually heading. Here's the deal. Every single year, these models get insanely more powerful, but they also become much cheaper, far more accessible, and eventually, totally interchangeable. Think about calculators. Owning a high-end calculator used to be this massive competitive advantage. Today, you've got a supercomputer calculator sitting in your pocket for free. As these tools become everywhere, the advantage of just having them disappears entirely. Your ability to think is literally the only real advantage you have left.
Which brings us to number two. Businesses buy outcomes, not tools. This is just the cold, hard reality of the market. Business owners don't wake up in the morning thinking, wow, I really want to buy some artificial intelligence today. No, they wake up looking for solutions. They want more customers, they want lower costs, they want things done faster, and they want to make better decisions.
Let's put it this way. Imagine freelancer A pitches a client and says, hey, I know how to use ChatGPT. Now imagine freelancer B walks in and says, hey, I reduced customer support costs by 40% using AI automation. Let me ask you directly, which one of those freelancers are you going to hire? It's freelancer B every single time, no question. If your AI knowledge doesn't directly solve a core business problem, it has basically zero market value. The technology is never the product. The outcome is the product.
All right, number three. The real skill is judgment. So if the technology itself isn't your advantage, what actually is? Well, while an AI can spit out 1,000 words in 3 seconds or brainstorm 10 different business ideas before you've even finished your morning coffee, it completely lacks one critical thing: the human element.
The absolutely crucial skill here is judgment. An AI cannot decide which of those 10 business ideas actually make sense for the current market. It can't tell if a customer is going to emotionally connect with and trust those 1,000 words it just generated. Only you can do that. Judgment is the ability to figure out which answer actually matters most. And the beautiful thing about human judgment, you can't just download it. It is forged through real-world experience, intense curiosity, and yeah, a whole lot of failure. Knowledge only becomes valuable when someone actually applies it wisely.
Moving on to number four, speed without direction creates chaos. What happens when you hand these incredibly fast, powerful tools to someone who doesn't have that judgment we just talked about? You get exactly what we're saying today. Anyone can generate code, design a logo, or build a whole presentation in seconds. But all this speed has created a totally new problem. Everyone is producing way more content, but very, very few people are producing better content.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is this multiplication effect. Imagine driving the absolute fastest sports car in the world, but you have no map, no GPS, and no destination. You don't reach success faster, you literally just get completely lost faster. AI simply multiplies whatever is already there. So a weak strategy plus AI, that just gives you amplified weakness. But clear thinking plus AI, now you're getting amplified clarity. The tool always has to follow the person, never the other way around.
This leads us to number 5. The future belongs to system builders. We are seeing a massive divide right now in how people approach the future. You've got the masses on one side and the system builders on the other. Most folks are just learning the tools. They're asking an AI to write one single email or generate one single image. But the winners, they're building automated systems. They aren't just writing one email, they are constructing entirely automated businesses that send out thousands of highly personalized emails every single week without them lifting a finger.
Look, the next generation of highly successful people, they are not going to be celebrated for how many different AI tools they have bookmarked in their browser. They are going to be recognized for the incredibly powerful systems they construct, because systems continue working, even when you are fast asleep. They generate lasting, compounding value that a simple, one-off prompt is just never going to achieve.
So here is your actual action plan. If you truly want to future-proof yourself in this crazy environment, you need to stop asking, what AI tool should I learn next? Instead, double down on timeless skills. Learn how to solve a human problem better than anyone else. Dive into communication, psychology, the core fundamentals of business, how markets actually work, and how real people make decisions. Look, technology is going to change every couple of months, but human behavior, that changes at a glacial pace. That right there is where your lasting opportunity lives.
And this brilliantly illustrates our final big takeaway. AI does not create success out of thin air. It simply takes what is already there and turns up the volume. A great entrepreneur just becomes faster. A brilliant designer becomes insanely more productive. But someone lacking direction, they just become really fast at going absolutely nowhere. AI is not replacing ambition, guys. It is revealing it.
I want to leave you with this provocative thought. Throughout all of human history, the advantage has always been the person using the tool, never the tool itself. The winners of this decade are going to be the ones who ask better questions, who build better systems, and who create value that no machine could ever possibly imitate. So step off the hamster wheel, stop chasing every single new AI update, start focusing on becoming the kind of person who creates extraordinary value with whatever tool you happen to pick up. The future doesn't belong to AI. It belongs to the people who know what to do with it. So the only real question left to ask yourself today is this: are you just learning how to use a tool, or are you becoming the architect? Thanks so much for hanging out with me for this explainer, and I'll catch you in the next one.